August 20th, 1989, Beverly Hills, California. A chilling scene unfolded inside a luxurious mansion. Jose and Kitty Menendez, a wealthy entertainment executive, and his wife were brutally murdered in their own home. The crime scene was horrific. Shotgun blasts, blood splattered across the living room. This was not a random act of violence. This was personal. This was an execution. The initial investigation pointed towards a mob hit. Jose Menendez, after all, moved in powerful circles. But something didn't add up. No forced entry, no signs of struggle. The sheer brutality of the murders suggested a deep-seated rage. As detectives dug deeper, suspicion fell upon the victims' own sons, Lyle and Erik Menendez. These young men, seemingly grieving the loss of their parents, were about to become the prime suspects in a double homicide that would grip the nation. In the wake of their parents' deaths, Lyle and Erik Menendez didn't exactly live like grieving sons. They went on a lavish spending spree. Designer clothes, luxury cars, even a professional tennis coach. Hundreds of thousands of dollars dripping through their fingers like water. This was not the behavior of heartbroken orphans. This was the behavior of men who had just hit the jackpot. The brothers' extravagant lifestyle raised eyebrows. They flashed their newfound wealth, seemingly unconcerned about the investigation into their parents' murders. Their carefree demeanor and reckless spending only fueled the suspicions of investigators. The question lingered. Where was all this money coming from? The answer, as investigators would soon discover, was more shocking than anyone could have imagined. The walls were closing in, the pressure of the investigation, the whispers, the suspicious glances. It all became too much for Erik Menendez. He cracked. In a tearful confession to his therapist, Erik revealed the horrifying truth. He and Lyle had murdered their parents. The therapist's world was turned upside down. Bound by confidentiality, he confided in his mistress, who then went to the police. The jig was up. Armed with Erik's confession, authorities moved swiftly. Lyle and Erik Menendez were arrested for the murders of their parents. The news sent shockwaves across the nation. These seemingly ordinary young men were now accused of a most heinous crime. Section 4. A twisted family portrait: abuse or excuse. The trial of Lyle and Erik Menendez was nothing short of a media frenzy. The courtroom became a stage for a twisted family drama to play out. The defense's strategy was shocking. They claimed the brothers acted in self-defense, driven to murder after years of horrific abuse at the hands of their parents. The brothers took the stand, recounting years of alleged physical, emotional, and sexual abuse. Their chilling testimonies painted a picture of a household ruled by fear and manipulation. The courtroom listened, captivated and horrified, as the brothers poured out their stories. Was this the truth, a desperate plea for justification, or was it a calculated act, a web of lies spun to escape justice? Section 5. Greed, lies, and a divided jury. The trial and its aftermath. The prosecution painted a very different picture. This wasn't self-defense, they argued. This was cold-blooded murder motivated by greed. Lyle and Erik, they claimed, were spoiled brats who killed their parents to inherit their fortune and fund their lavish lifestyle. The jury was torn. The evidence was circumstantial. The brothers' testimonies, though disturbing, were compelling. After much deliberation, the jury deadlocked. A mistrial was declared. The case was retried. This time, there would be no doubt. The jury found Lyle and Erik Menendez guilty of first-degree murder. They were sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. The Menendez Brothers Case continues to fascinate and divide. Were they victims of abuse driven to desperate measures? Or were they cold-blooded killers who fabricated a story to escape justice? The debate rages on, a chilling reminder of the darkness that can lurk behind closed doors, even in the wealthiest of families.